Let's visualize a meeting with your ideal priestess. Close your eyes. Picture an open doorway before you. Through the doorway is a beautiful garden and magical temple space. When you reach towards the doorway, you discover a glassy barrier you cannot pass through. This is an enchanted mirror, a portal into another world. The enchanted mirror world is where your ideal priestess lives. She is exactly as you had imagined her in the last exercise we did. See her walking towards you. She stands before you as though she were your mirror image. When you move your body, she moves hers. She mirrors your every move. You lift your arms, bend your legs, pull a funny face. Yes, she is truly a mirror image. She is your inner priestess, the ideal you. Now I want you to open your eyes and find a mirror, a full-length one if you can, and stand before it. Spend a little time looking at your reflection and thinking about the inner priestess who wants to come to the surface. Do you see her in there? Do you recognize yourself as a priestess? When we begin our spiritual path, we look for guidance from others, we read books and we ask questions and we follow the advice given. After following the examples provided to us, we build up confidence to write our own rituals and flex our creativity. After some time, we have developed a personal path which feels comfortable and works well for us. All the while we feel we are in training and that we haven't quite begun priestessing. Being a priestess is not about inflating your ego and becoming a flawless guru whose every utterance is weighted with divine wisdom. This isn't about being worshipped by a mass of adoring followers, I think we can agree. Priestessing is a service that you provide because you want to help people, animals, plants, the whole world. It's something you do because you really care. The priestess in you is a genuine person and often flawed in many ways, but those imperfections make you real and relatable. When you create a ritual, it shouldn't feel like a stage production in which you are merely playing a character. It should feel like a meaningful engagement between you and the spiritual. When you invite others to join you in ritual, whether those others are a group of people you consider friends or a spiritual presence you sense in the land, you must make space for each individual to be included. There must be room for flexibility and adaptation in what you do. Making room for others means holding a temple space where you put your ego to one side and step into the priestess state of mind. It's a level of consciousness where you are able to open yourself up to the spiritual world around you, to receive messages from the divine and connect with people around you. Do you feel that you are often in this state of mind? Are there times that you struggle to focus on your priestessing? Consider the effects of the following: the temple, the altar, clothing and jewellery, incense and oils, music, drumming, singing, breathing, dancing. What are the things which help you feel most aligned with your inner priestess? What techniques help you to unlock the priestess within? Is there a way that you can call upon her and bring her to the surface? This can be as simple or as complicated as you need it to be. For some, it is enough to place two hands together in a gesture of respect and take one long breath. For others, a drop of oil is used to anoint the forehead, heart and belly. Some find it useful to take a bath using purifying herbs. Chants and prayers can also be utilised with repetition, gently murmured under the breath or silently thought. These are just a few examples to play with. What I like to do is carry a set of keys with me. I have 3 lovely old skeleton keys that slip into my pocket or the bottom of my bag. When I hold the 3 keys in my hand, I am reminded of the inseparable harmony of sky, sea and land. Sky is my vision of the future, a better world for us all, a prophecy. Sea is the ebb and flow of emotions that connect us all heart to heart. Land is the ground I stand upon, the here and now in which I am present. These 3 keys represent the essential components of priestessing. They can also be represented by a triquetra, triskelion, or 3 lines crossing in the middle to form a star. Choose the symbol which resonates with you and draw it on your mirror. Now, every time you see your reflection, you'll remember that you carry the keys of priestessing. Key tasks. Spend some time in front of the mirror, seeing yourself as priestess. Consider the tools and techniques which help you feel more like a priestess, reaching that priestess consciousness, state of mind. Thirdly, create a little ritual for yourself that unlocks your priestess state of mind. Now, this can be a simple anointing, a ritual bath. It can be the creating of an altar, a sacred space. The temple. What does the temple mean to you? Creating your own temple. There are so many different ways that we can express our spirituality and find ways of connecting with what it means to each of us to be a priestess, because everyone will have their own ideas of what that means and how they can personally fulfill that role. We each have our own ways of achieving that, and your idea of what a priestess looks like isn't going to be the same as everybody else's, and you don't have to conform to everybody else's idea of what a priestess should be. I hope this is something that we've realised through these lessons. And really, in this lesson, what I'm asking is that we start focusing on the creation of ritual that is personal to you and your path, that suits you and the type of priestess you are meant to be. So creating a little ritual for yourself, a little daily routine, something you can do in the morning, the middle of the day, maybe on your lunch break, or the afternoon, the evening, just before you go to bed. Maybe there's something that you'd like to do, some little tiny ceremony. It doesn't have to be huge, it doesn't have to be big. But I think creating an altar can be really helpful for a lot of people. As an example of something that you could do. Jewellery is quite an interesting one. Creating some sort of necklace that represents your path, using some different beads and symbols that mean something to you, and then just putting on that necklace will just instantly help you to get into that state of mind. And the techniques of creating a temple space or a sacred circle. I know that everybody will have their own ideas of what works for them and what makes the most sense for them, whether it's something that you do outside or indoors, or whether you've got a particular room dedicated to your spiritual work, or whether you're more sort of on the go, adapting to each situation. These are all really important things to consider now, so I can't really instruct you in how to do this. It's something that you need to explore and experiment with for yourself. Play with some different ideas, test them out, see how you feel, and consider what actually works for you, because it's not going to be the same for everyone. So I hope you have all the luck with figuring this out, and we'll go into some more detail in the next lesson.